An unlikely star is rising in the Democratic Party. Well, according to the media and the DNC's recent rigging in the Iowa caucus with the use of the Shadow app, and his name is Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Now, this charismatic young gay military veteran is sweeping the nation, according to the lying and deceitful mainstream media channels, even though in recent polling he has lived in fourth and fifth place. But now, the establishment and the media seem to be rushing to anoint him, so that piqued my interest a bit, and I decided to get to know Mayor Pete. And in this special episode of Conspiracy Theories and Chill, we're going to take an in-depth look into this rising political star. Pete Buttigieg is a very polished politician for being only 37 years old, with a stellar resume. He's bright, articulate, speaks 7 languages. He went to almost every Ivy League school, and he seems to have been given every advantage in life. Now, after his Ivy League education, his first job was for the Cohen Group, a military lobbying group run by former high-level national security officers. The Cohen Group, founded by Clinton administration Secretary of Defense William Cohen, lobbies for the military-industrial complex and brags on their website that they have generated tens of billions of dollars in lucrative defense contracts for their clients. At this time, Pete also became involved with the Truman National Security Project from its inception in 2005, serving as a member of its board of advisors. The Truman National Security Project is a Washington, D.C. based think tank that is comprised of mostly military personnel, military-industrial complex lobbyists, and diplomats that advise the national intelligence agencies and conduct training in national security issues. Buttigieg is still involved with the Truman National Security Project and listed online as a fellow member with expertise in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Now, Mayor Pete's second job was with McKinsey & Company, a cult-like management consulting firm, and those are from Pete's own words, that is known for grooming the elite. Pete did a 3-year term with McKinsey & Company, which makes him part of their alumni network, a network that is said to be as loyal as the alumni network of Harvard, and I feel is comparable to that of Skull and Bones, boasting 70 Fortune 500 CEOs among its list of members. Now, what does McKinsey & Company do, you might ask? Well, they are the single greatest legitimizers of mass layoffs, and they are also well known as a mercenary for the world's most unethical corporations and governments, including Saudi Arabia. They manufacture and distribute propaganda for Big Pharma and are credited with turbocharging the opioid epidemic. Now, at the same time that he was at McKinsey, hold your hats because this guy's really ambitious. At the same time that he was with McKinsey & Company, he was in naval intelligence. Now, naval intelligence is closely tied to, and for many a springboard into the CIA, and Pete even brags on his own campaign site that while in this role, he took part in black ops in Afghanistan and Iraq with the CIA. So, while working supposedly on economic development in Iraq and Afghanistan for McKinsey & Company, a notoriously evil organization without morals, Mayor Pete is also in naval intelligence working with the CIA performing black ops in those same countries? I'm sorry guys, but I'm tripping over red flags at this point. We're literally swimming in warning signs, yet we're crazy if we say the obvious thing here. Pete Buttigieg is a CIA plant in a coup for the deep state establishment to regain control of the executive branch of our government. Now that's the elephant in the room here. The deeper I dig, the more I am convinced that this is true. But of course, I'm just a crazy conspiracy theorist. Well, maybe I am. But this relatively short career of Mayor Pete's that I'm laying out for you shows over and over that this man has no ethics or morals and is a driven, ambitious, and suspiciously blessed individual because of that. If Mayor Pete isn't CIA, the CIA dropped the damn ball. He is exactly what you would get if you built the perfect Manchurian candidate. And I'm telling you now that this Mayor Pete is a wolf in sheep's clothing, funded entirely by the oligarchs, Wall Street, and the military-industrial complex. Now, I don't care how smooth he talks or how many languages he can bullshit me in. Obama talked pretty too, and look where that got us. Mayor Pete is a plant, and I've known that all along, but the deeper I dig, and trust me, conspiracy theories and chill ain't done with Mayor Pete by a damn sight, but the deeper I go, the more convinced I become that there is something much more nefarious going on here. Now, we all know that the CIA assassinated their way into the Oval Office once before. And now they are trying to dupe the American people with the help of their rigged propaganda machine to install their own puppet into the presidency. Wake up. This man's background alone disqualifies him. Now, I intend to expose who Mayor Pete Buttigieg really is and stop this attempt to curb the momentum of the awakening that is happening in this country right now. There is a rising up happening. A real revolution happening, and Mayor Pete has been a distraction of that revolution ever since he announced his candidacy. And I've known since the beginning that that was the only reason he was in this race, was to pull focus, muddy the waters, and distract people, especially about Medicare for all. He has been muddying the waters his entire campaign, and he's trying his best to deceive the voters to vote outside their best interest and vote in the interest of the oligarchs in the military-industrial complex. He speaks only for big money and war, and that's why Tulsi destroyed him in the debates on foreign policy. Yet, he is the intelligence community's darling, with hundreds of endorsements from the intelligence community, as well as the almighty military-industrial complex, which we all know is deeply embedded in our government and has a hold over our society. Now, the writing is on the wall, and this video may get taken down because of exposing who Mayor Pete really is. But we must use this tool of the internet for our purposes until we can no more. We must spread the truth to the best of our abilities. It is the only way to fight back, and the only way to fight these lies and this web of deception that we are living in this current reality. Mayor Pete is a wolf in sheep's clothing, and I intend to prove that. I intend to do all I can to prove that. And please spread the truth. Spread the truth that I've exposed in this video about Mayor Pete, and look for more from this channel about this, and defend the truth, and defend independent media. When you find good shows and media, make sure you share them out, and fight for truth and the advancement for humanity in this age of deceit, in this web of lies, when everything around us is upside down, the opposite of what it's saying it is. Look at this candidate, this Mayor Pete, for who he really is. If you don't want to believe me that he's CIA, if you want to believe, oh, I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist for believing that Mayor Pete Buttigieg is a CIA plant, well, then maybe I am, but he is completely bought off. He has proven that he has no morals. He says he worked for that company to gain life experience. What kind of life experience do you gain helping people to lose their jobs, economically restructuring communities, which we all know what that means? And that's what he went on to do as the mayor of South Bend, Indiana. He's wildly unpopular in his own district. I don't think he could win re-election. He lost an election bid for governor of Indiana, and yet he is their front runner. He is the establishment's baby at this point. Why? In what way does it make any sense? And what makes the most sense? Find the truth for yourself. Dig for your own truth. Use this tool of the internet and this wealth of information at our fingertips while we can, before it's taken away from us. Share this video before it's taken down. And if you're still here and you stuck around to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. And we will see you right here real soon with more from Conspiracy Theories and Chill on Me on Things and Stuff. Please click that subscribe button. See you next time.